Hey guys, Adam here from Direction Trader with the trade of the day for February 6th, 2014. Today's trade of the day is going to come in crude. And it's not really a big trade. I think it was a 19 ticker. But what's significant about it is the reason we took it, even though it didn't follow through. I'll explain it all here in a second. Even though it didn't follow through, it's the concepts behind it that I kind of want to reiterate and talk a lot about here. On the crude here, you can see we had previous day's highs marked up here going into today. Previous day's highs marked up here, and then another longer term resistance here marked up here. So we were talking a lot about the 60s. And obviously today, and then this previous highs here. Intraday, we were talking about the 51s. We actually took a trade here once we got below the 51s on the pullback, but that's not trade of the day. I'm going to talk about the trade we took up above here, even though you don't see follow through. But I'm going to talk about how we got into a trade and how we were able to profit, even though we didn't get follow through here. So, trade of the day actually came at these highs here, and it was a long trade. So, let me explain. Go over to the smaller time frame here, where we have a 233 tick chart. As we see here, let's mark up these 60s here. Let's mark up the 60s here. As you see, right here is about the 60s. Let me get my drawing tool correct here. Let's mark up about the 60s here. That comes in about right here, guys. First off, we weren't about to go long into the 60s, first off. So as the market was trading up this morning, we were taking off here, we were in the room here, and we were talking about retesting the 60s. Great. That's the main resistance, as you've seen on the 15-minute chart, on the daily chart. That's the main resistance. Now, we poked our head through the 60s here. We got up to about the 65s here and pulled back. I had a lot of guys saying, can we buy this? Because this looks like a beautiful pullback, right? And I did not take this first pullback. I waited and waited. The reasoning behind waiting was because I wasn't about to buy into that resistance. So I didn't want to buy into the resistance. So typically, I take crude. If you're an avid crude trader, you know that crude has a tendency to give yourself a little bit of a head fake before ultimately selling off. Unlike most instruments, whenever they push up, they retest, and then they push higher again, crude will give you that little head fake, and then it'll roll right back over against you. I did not want to have that happen. And ultimately, we seen this thing push up, give us what looked like a head fake, and then nope, we shot right back up, breaking through new highs again. Then I took a pullback here. My order long here was 62, guys. My order long, no, 63. I'm so sorry. My order long here was actually 63. So it was in front of the 60s, and I was looking for a pop here. Didn't take much heat. Popped right up here. I did a trail stop, got 19 ticks. Once we started getting up near if you're a fib trader, minus 23%, I started to really tighten up my trail stop. Got 19 ticks out of it total. And then ultimately, you've seen we had this little M pattern and then right back to the downside. So I guess realistically, you could say this thing also did a head fake here. As you put the 60s through here, you'll see this crude did kind of give you a little bit of a head fake, and then down we've been ever since. So the reason I wanted to show you this for the trade of the day, I know it wasn't a big follow through, but the importance of actually waiting here and not getting chopped to death on this first little pullback here. Wait on crude, especially on every other market like the S&P. You can trust this to go back to the upside. Crude, wait for the second push on crude. As you see, that's what I did. Waited for the second push, and then I took the pullback. A little more valid, a little more conservative, but a very, very high percentage way of trading crude oil. So beware of the crude oil fake out breakout, and that's the trade of the day for today. If you guys have any questions, Adam at directiontrader.com. I'd be happy to work with you. If you're interested and you like some of these videos you see on a daily basis, come join our trading room, guys. I do this live in real time. You can see my dome on the screen taking the real live trades. So come check us out. You can come take a trial for a week and see what we do. So that's it for today. You guys have a good rest of your day. And you members, I'll see you in the room. Have a good afternoon.